Oh my god. I have to say, this is like, y'all know I've been gone for a while. Haven't really been on for a lot, but I've just really feel some kind of way about what's going on with the immigration thing. Let me start off by saying that I in no way think what's going on with them separating the kids from their parents at the immigration camps. I think that's wrong. I think that I'm not all the way here for the way that they are even having them in like the concentration camps or whatever they have the immigrants in. But I'm not here for people trying to judge black people for not feeling some kind of way about what's going on with these Mexican immigrants in these in these not concentration camps, whatever these camps are called. I'm just like, I'm seeing people on Twitter saying, "Oh, black people coming on saying, oh, well, you know, what's it got to do with us?" I'm like, yes, it really has nothing to do with us. I'm just like, when shit go down with black people, where are the Latinos, bitch? Where are the Hispanics speaking up for black people when black people go through issues? Bitch, they're nowhere. Bitch, we're not gonna pretend like Hispanics aren't racist as fuck against black people, like they aren't anti-black and like they don't think they're better than black people because they do. So I'm just like, what the fuck are? Why am I speaking out for people who don't speak out for me? They don't fuck with us like that. Hispanics do not fuck with us, especially those Mexicans. Mexicans are notoriously known for being fucking racist and anti fucking black. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't feel like we should be made to feel some kind of way about not saying anything or speaking out about it. Like, this one guy was telling me like, oh, if you're silent about this immigration shit, then you're a piece of shit too. I'm just like, but when black people getting gunned down, shot, lynched, or whatever the fuck blacks go through, where the fuck are the Latinos? Like, that's what I really want to know. Like, they're nowhere to be fucking found, honestly. So it's like, I just don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why is it like this? I don't know. I don't know. I see somebody like the video and then unlike the video. I guess they didn't like what the fuck I was saying. I really don't give a fuck. I just feel this way. I just feel like everyone likes to ignore the fact that people do black people wrong, and I feel like black people always have this expectation to be the be the bigger person. Yes, everyone treats niggas like shit, but you know what? We gotta support everybody. We gotta be there for everybody. This so forth and so on. I'm just like, no. I'm not supporting people who don't support me. I'm not going up and going hard for a group of people who do not go up for me, basically. And that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I wish it was different. I wish that when the Latinos, when the Mexicans, because to be honest, they're coming for the Mexicans, they're coming for the Latinos. They're the targets. They're target number one right now, or number two, because blacks are still under attack. We're still getting killed. We're still getting shot. You know, they still coming for black people, but I feel like right now, for some reason, Trump has a vendetta. He has his eyes set on the Latinos. He's coming for them, and and whatnot. And yeah, and I just feel like there's a lot of talk going on about black people saying, well, it doesn't affect us, so we're not in it, and just making blacks feel bad in general for not really going hard for the Latinos and speaking up. And like I said earlier, I do feel like them separating the kids from the parents, that's wrong, and maybe having them in prison in the camps, or having them set in the concentration, like, quote unquote, camps. That shit is wrong. I don't agree with that. But hey, Tosh time. You caught me on a rant. I wish I was on some positive, top positivity like you always are. Like, you're so positive and so sweet and so nice. And I wish that I was coming in with some good kumbaya shit for you. But I'm upset because I feel like the way they do black people ain't right. It's like we can never win for losing. It's like even when the shit don't got nothing to do with us, I feel like people expect us to rally behind everybody just because I feel like, us as blacks, we used to being shitted on, so we should, support everybody who going through issues. But it's like the Latinos do not do that for us. They are very anti-black a lot of the times. A lot of them. I'm not going to be ignorant and say that most Latinos are anti-black or feel some kind of way about black people, but I do feel like a large majority of Latinos feel a kind of way about blacks, and I don't feel like blacks should be shamed or made to feel a certain kind of way because we're not being vocal or really speaking out or going hard for. Exactly. Your brother is smart. Your brother is smart. It's not fair. It's not fair. Why should we go up for people who don't go up for us? Why should we be there and support and rally around a group of people who don't fuck with us? Sorry for my language, Tosh, but they don't F with us. They don't like us. It's been very clear. I feel like the only time other groups of people mess with blacks is when they going through stuff. Then they want to be, oh, kumbaya, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. That's when it becomes kumbaya. But when it's just regular everyday shit, like when nothing going on, it's fuck black people. It's fuck black people. Thank you, Ray Hino, because I really do feel a certain kind of way about it. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. But for me to be marching and doing videos and just some blacks are going really hard for Latinos, and they're just like, when do they ever return the fucking favor? It's never equal. Even with celebrities. Even with celebrities, we have Oh, you are? Oh my God, wow. Even with celebrities, like you got Beyonce speaking out about Mexico, Nicki Minaj, and all these black celebrities speaking out about Latino issues. But when shit happened to black people, where's J Lo? Where's Pitbull? Where is the Latino celebrity speaking out about black issues? It doesn't happen because they don't give a fuck. When we going through our shit, Black Lives Matter, blacks getting gunned down, getting killed, I don't see them. Where are they? I be looking. And I see, and it's so funny because blacks, I feel like black people are so inclusive and we ride for everybody because we know how that shit feels. We used to being shitted on, we used to being persecuted and mistreated, so I feel like we don't want to do that to anybody else. But the thing is, you got to play ball like how everybody else play ball. I'm not doing for you if you're not doing for me. I hate to be that petty, but it's the truth. If you're not doing for me, you're not helping me out, speaking out for me, why am I doing it for you? You know what I'm saying? And I wonder if this was happening to black people, I wonder how the narrative didn't exactly. I was so disgusted. Then I was disgusted because Trump didn't do anything until after Rachel Maddow started crying. I was like, wow, even when the white woman doesn't even like white men sexually, the white man will still, run to their aid and, help them out or whatever. The weeping white woman still applies even when the woman is a lesbian or whatever. It's just really funny. It's really funny. I'm looking at it. Black people are still dying. We're still getting shot. Um, I feel like no one cares, and I do feel like the same energy that's being put with what they're going to, they don't keep that same energy when it's us. It's fucked up. I feel some kind of way about it. I really feel like blacks, we are just America's stepchild. You know what I'm saying? So are the Latinos, but I feel like they're the favorite stepchild over us. We're like the bottom of the totem pole, basically. It's just crazy. I feel some kind of way about it. I feel really bad. And this hurts me. I know it seems like I'm going in on Latinos, but I'm not really going in on them. I'm just saying it is what the fuck it is. It is what it is. The way that it is because of them. Because I guarantee you, if it was a way to see who feel more kind of way about blacks or Latinos about each other, I guarantee you more Latinos don't fuck with blacks than blacks don't fuck with Latinos. I don't know any black people who got an issue with Mexican people. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I brought home exactly. We have our own issues. We have our own issues. And so do they. They have their own issues. I feel like they don't try to help us out. They don't fight for blacks, so why are we fighting for us? And the fact that you have other black people trying to make other blacks feel bad is so interesting. Like I'm seeing a lot of black people calling black people out for not really standing up for Latinos. This is wrong. How dare you? Let's do a march. Let's campaign. And it's like, for real, like y'all gonna shame y'all own for others who don't do the same thing for us. Now, like I said, if it was equal, if Latinos rode for blacks, then I would ride for them. And it's hurtful because I feel like right is right and wrong is wrong. What they're doing to them is fucking wrong, point blank, period. But I feel like, blacks standing up and going to the front lines like we've been doing. I feel like black people have been fighting everybody else's battles since the beginning, and I don't think that Latinos realize that y'all got it good in this country because of black people fighting from way back in the day. Like y'all can go to whatever your Mexican kids can go to whatever school they want to because blacks fought to end Jim Crow laws, sex segregation, and it's like we get no respect. They come to this country and they feel some kind of way about us. They treat us like we are shit at the bottom of their shoe and like we're less than or they're not better. A lot of Latinos are colorist, prejudiced, and racist. Yes, they are. Especially colorist, because I have noticed that with Hispanic men, they will fuck with a light skinned black woman or a light skinned black man if they're if they're a woman or a man, or even a mixed man. But when it comes to like black dark skinned black people, it's just hell no, point blank period. Like it's not even no or maybe or should we. It's a hard ass no. They are colorists. There, truth be told, I feel like right now there's a lot of talk about skin color in the African American community, and no one is. I feel like that same topic is not being discussed where it should be in the Latino community. Exactly. And I was talking to my friend about that. I was like, a lot of Mexicans are putting that they are white on the census, and Puerto Rico is quote unquote over 70% white, but they don't look white. I'm just like, even if y'all so called white by the census terms, they'll never look at you like one of them, like Anglo-Saxon whites from Ireland, Europe. Exactly, exactly. I actually think that Amara La Negra. What do you mean by that? Because I think that Amara was received pretty well by Americans because you had Veronica Vega, doing what she was doing. So I do feel like Amara got a lot of love from a lot of people, mostly black women, but I do know that in the past, Amara has gotten heat from her own community. They love to claim European ancestry. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But the tea is, I don't care how you sound white, how much you say you a white Latino or whatever, quote unquote, whatever that was, they won't treat you like white people. And what I feel like the issue is, and I'm gonna have to delete this after I get finished. But the real issue is white people do not want to be the minority in this country. White people are shaking in their boots. They are gagging. They are so afraid to be the minority because they're afraid that blacks and Latinos and Asians or whoever is majority, They afraid of getting treated like shit, like how they treated us like shit. They afraid for that get back. They afraid for that karma. They don't want that karma. So I feel like white people are right now. And then I don't know. This is a complete side note, but did y'all see the report that there are more white deaths than white births in a lot of the states in this country? I feel like white people are shaking in their boots, and I feel like it's a direct correlation between that and the uprise of racism. Exactly, Ray. Caucasian birth rates are at a record low in a lot of states. There are more white deaths than white births. That's crazy as fuck. I would never think, cause I feel like I would think that more people are born than dying, but apparently not for whites. And I really do feel like whites are panicking. I really do feel like because of this, white people really feel some kind of way, and there's an uprise in racism. There's an uprise in white nationalism. They're saying, don't procreate with people of color, marry white, because I feel like they're trying to preserve and they're trying to hold on as much as they can to the whiteness and the privilege that comes with whiteness, because there is privilege that comes with whiteness. And I really hate what's going on in this country. I feel like because we're calling them out on their racism and their bullshit, I feel like they're crying racist. They're saying, oh, reverse racism. Oh, whites are being mistreated. White genocide. I feel like it's so fucking ridiculous. It's a con game, and it's so funny how the narrative is being spun. It's so different because I feel like in the beginning, I felt like it was with Trayvon Martin and Tamir Rice. I really do feel like Republicans go hard for Cuban Americans because they vote Republican, and a lot of Cuban Americans, Ray Huno, identify as what? White. White Cubans treat black Cubans like shit. I think we all know that the white Latinos don't see it for the black Latinos a lot of the time, even if and even when they have black family or black ancestry, they hide that shit in the closet and they be racist and they try to marry whites to improve the race, quote unquote, whiten the race, quote unquote. It's just ridiculous, and I just hate what's going on, and it hurts me because I really do wish that we could all be here, because I do think it's strength in numbers, and I do think that if blacks and Latinos ever banded together and really did form some kind of alliance or coalition, we could make shit happen, but it won't happen. It won't happen because of the Latinos. They don't fuck with black people. Miami was built by blacks, but the Cubans currently run that city. Interesting. And I think it's important to notice that there are black Cubans. There are a lot of black Cubans. So, and I'm just like, if you can treat your own community like shit just because they're darker or because they're a different race than you, then you damn sure ain't gonna be treating me, a black person who's not African American, that's not Latino, like anything. You know what? It's just I expect it. I'm sorry. I just expect mistreatment. I respect the bias, and it's so interesting because let's also mention the fact that more Latinos voted for Trump. Drops mic. More Latinos voted for Trump. More Latinos support the wall being built than blacks support the wall. So how dare you try to make it seem like and villainize blacks for not speaking up or saying things the way you want us to say, when more of their own community voted for this shit to happen than we do. I feel like if it wasn't for blacks, we would have been Republican a long time ago. And thank you, black women. I gotta give a thank you, black women, because black women consistently vote for Democrat and vote against these racist ass Republicans. And it's the whites and the some of the Latinos, they voted Trump in, not us. So this ain't on us, period. Point blank, period. Like, what was it? 98% of us voted for 90% of us voted for Hillary as opposed to 75%, 60 something Latinos, y'all, it's their fault too. I hate that blacks are always held to this fucking standard. It's like I'm not your fucking mule. We don't have to fight everybody else's battles. You know what I'm saying? And just how I feel. I really do feel that way, and I'm glad I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Rayhino. I'm glad we right here. I'm glad we on the same page because we see it for what it is. We see it for what it is. The whites are panicking because they're Black women are the most educated group of women in this country. Studies show, yes, they are, and most of the new entrepreneurs in this country are also black women. Black women are doing it big right now. I feel like right now, it is a great time to be a black woman. Honestly, point blank, period. I feel like black women, y'all are doing it, and y'all are doing it big. And I feel like people are pressed and people are fucking hating. They can't take it. They can't take it. So that's how I feel. Um, I do want to talk about XXX Tentacion, whatever his name is, because I'm gonna tell y'all a story. One of my friends sent me the video of him dying in the car. She sent me the video of him. He was shot and all that shit, and I was like, I knew you did not send me somebody dying. Excellent YouTube channel shows all the black wealth. I'm gonna have to follow that channel because I do want to see stuff like that. Now I'm talking to millennials because I do feel like we as millennials, we are our empathy and sympathy levels are at an all-time low. We don't give a fuck about shit. We don't give a fuck about anything. It is so crazy to watch people my age so desensitized to death. It's like death means nothing to y'all right now. Hey, DeAndre. Hey, you need to make some more videos, DeAndre. I love you, DeAndre's channel and your story times and shit. I just talked about the Latinos and the immigration, and I was explaining to everybody how I don't feel like blacks should be shamed for not speaking up or going hard for Latinos when a lot of Latinos are racist against blacks and don't fuck with blacks, themselves. They don't care about us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that two wrongs make a right, but I don't think it's fair for us to speak out and speak on and go to bat for a group of people who don't do the same for us, basically. That's how I feel about it. And I want to talk about XX and Tentacion before I go because I feel like millennials, people my age, young people, black adults, um, I feel like we're so desensitized to death. You have people saying, "Oh my God, why couldn't they have shot Russ or shot X, Y, and Z?" I'm just like, this is so crazy how no one cares about anything. I really do feel like our generation, the world right now, the youth of America, we've all gone to shits. Back in the day, people used to be scared of dead bodies. Exactly. Exactly. And I feel like it's so fucked up for people to continuously show dead bodies, people dead, and like their families show respect about their fucking family. They have families. Y'all retweeting shit. What if their families see this, or their kids see this, or their moms and their uncles? Just no compassion or sympathy at all. They recorded it while he was bleeding out. I saw it. My friend sent it to me. Now I will say I did not see any blood. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong. If y'all have seen the video of XXX Tentacion in the car, he was unresponsive. He wasn't saying anything, but I did not see any blood. So I was hoping that he would pull through, even though I don't agree with what he did. And here's another thing. Yes, XXX said a lot of fucked up shit. He abused his girlfriend, abused his he gay bashed. He talked about dark skinned people, talked about blacks like animals and shit. Um, Shot in the neck. Well, that's interesting because I feel like in the video his head was back. Like it looked like no shade or no, I'm not trying to be funny, but in the video it looked like he was asleep, like he had his head back and his mouth was open. You could see his neck very vividly, and I saw no blood on his neck. I saw, yes, he did. He gay bashed a gay man. He was trash. He was trash. He did a lot of trash shit, but at the end of the day, why can't people see that yes, XXX Tentacion did a lot of fucked up shit, but he didn't deserve to die like that. He did not deserve to die, and I feel some kind of way about it. I don't care what anyone does. Murder is not okay. You let the power at B decide his fate. You don't decide that for people. You're not a godlike person. You don't get to take and say who deserves to die and who lives. I don't think he deserved to die unless he killed somebody. And he didn't kill anybody. Not that we know of. He did a lot of fucked up shit, I will say. But as far as him dying, um, that was wrong. And I also want to say, because his fans are trifling too, his fans are getting mad and attacking people who just aren't saying, glorifying him or saying, yes, he was a good man, he did for the community. No, he did fucked up shit. So I don't agree with people having to tiptoe around him dying or even call him out, because I feel like even though he is dead, rest in peace or whatever. I feel like he did fucked up shit, and I do feel like we can talk about it. He beat he beat his ex girlfriend up. He gay bashed a gay man. He said fucked up shit about dark skinned black people. We can talk about that. Hey, Black Media. Hey, Stephanie. My name is Day Day. YouTube Stephanie. So, everybody call me Day Day. Um, I'm so glad that you're on. I was talking about. Let me do a recap for Stephanie. I was talking about the immigration shit, and I was talking about how yes, what they're going through is wrong, but I don't feel like blacks in particular should be made to feel a kind of way by not speaking out for them when they are racist against us a lot of the times, and they're anti-black as fuck. I feel like what they're going through is wrong. With the kids is all wrong, but I don't feel like blacks should be expected to stand up or make this big ass stand for Latinos when they don't do it for us. Point blank. Period. They just don't. So I just feel like no, I'm cool on that. I'm not tweeting about it. I'm not talking about it. I'm not marking it or shit. Is wrong. I acknowledge that it's wrong, but I'm gonna do them how they do us. When shit happen to black people, when we die in the streets, they don't say shit. You know what I'm saying? They not standing up for us. Thank you. I'm glad you agree, and I feel like Stephanie is sound in mind. Like I don't. It's not much that I disagree with Stephanie about. When I watch your videos, I'm usually like, I agree, Stephanie. That's right, Stephanie. That's a fact. It's a fact. They're anti-black. They're racist. They don't fuck with us. When their kids decide that they love a black person, or they try to bring a black person home to marry, they not having that shit. They don't think we are worthy of marrying and mating with them, which is fine. They have that that's their prerogative. I'm not gonna get mad because they don't want to marry us. But I feel like the fact that they think that they're better than us and it's rooted in superiority, that's the problem. I'm not fighting for people who don't fight for us, and I don't care what anybody say about it. That's how I feel. And with the extentation, I just feel like people need to let that shit go. I feel like people saying, oh, he's a good guy, oh, he was trying to change. And I will acknowledge the fact that he may have been trying to change, but that's why you don't do fucked up shit, because your legacy will precede itself. You know what I'm saying? People for whatever remember the bad shit you did as well as the good. So I'm not gonna get mad because some people can't get over what he did, the bashing and the beating his girlfriend up. It is what it is. They really do. They really do. And I feel like this notion of when someone is dying, glorifying their life and just acting like they were perfect. That shit ain't right to me, and I'm not with that shit. I don't agree with what's saying, yeah, I don't care that he died and retweeting the video. That shit is fucked up and it's inhumane. And it just shows that I have no faith in humanity. I don't like where humanity has gone, honestly. No one cares about anything anymore at all, and it's so hurtful. No one gives a fuck about anything. Nobody cares. No one cares. It's fucked up. It really is fucked up, and I honestly can't believe it. Um, we living in rough times. Like I was talking to Shelly on the phone. I was like, I don't trust humans. I have no faith in humans at all. Like people out here killing for no reason. Why did they kill him? To rob him? Like it's just like that little bit of money that you gonna spend all that money. They stole his Gucci bag. This world is evil, DeAndre. Let me read what Stephanie said. A lot of people were jumping on the bandwagon knowing damn well they never listened to his music. I didn't speak on his death because I didn't do it when he was living, but I agree 100%. Exactly. I'm not going to pretend like I was this big fan and that he was like, but I feel like that's what happens. Like even Tupac. I'm not a big Tupac fan, so I don't know all of what he did, but from what I hear, he's done some stuff that can be considered not right. And people really do worship Tupac almost like he the fucking god to me. It's just I don't understand this worship of dead celebrities like they Jesus or something. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not jumping on no fucking bandwagons. Rest in peace. It was wrong. He shouldn't have been killed, but I'm not gonna glorify him or do this, that, and the third. That's how I feel about it. I don't know. If there's anything y'all would like me to talk about or address, because I feel like that these the two main things is immigration and this XXX Tentacion and his murder and shit. I don't know. Everybody is selfish. Everybody is selfish, and it's just so fucked up that we are so desensitized to fucking death to the point where we're sharing people dead. I will never be able to unsee that in my life. I have never seen a dead person before in my life. Um, it's traumatizing to me, and I felt some kind of way. But when he died, because I saw that video, because I wasn't a XXX fan, I didn't listen to his music. To be honest, I tried to listen to one song after he died. The shit wasn't for me. It wasn't good. I don't get it. I don't get the music. So I'm not going to pretend like, oh, he was a good person. The only thing I agree with is that he had potential. He had potential to change. He could have changed. He could have righted his wrongs. He could have done better, and he was robbed of that chance. That's the true tragedy. Basically, that's the tragedy is that he won't even get a chance to do better. Gone, gone, and I don't get murder. For the life of me, I don't get how you can kill somebody. How you can just take a life. They're gone. They're not here anymore. Like I could never do that. Like I'm really getting emotional right now. I just can't understand why people kill people. Like it's just crazy, and for no reason, and for stupid shit. Did you hear they murdered the fit? Yes, I did in New York. Apparently, for those of y'all who don't know, there was a little 15-year-old boy. I think he is black, but he may be a black Hispanic. He may be Afro Latino. And I'm thinking that the people who killed him, they were also Hispanic too. Everybody can repost. Everybody can repost in the pictures and the videos. I never heard about him. Yes, Lovely T speaks a lot about him and other like D-list viral stars. Like that's kind of her thing. But they stabbed him. Like five people killed one little 15-year-old boy. Why? Why? It's no excuse. I don't care what he did. And then I'm hearing that they killed with a machete. Is that right, Stephanie? Did they kill him with a machete? Because I'm hearing mixed things. Like I'm hearing that he was stabbed and all this other shit. Then I heard that he was killed with a machete. The shit is fucked up. Five people on one little boy. They jumped and murdered him. That shit was ridiculous when I read that. That was shit was crazy. I was disgusted by that story. The video shows him being stabbed. See, I'm not watching no video of that. I didn't know that there was a video. I think I heard somebody mention on Twitter that there may have been a video and that it was all caught on camera. Five grown ass men. So it is a video. Wow. I want to know what he did. Yes, it was a machete. I heard it was a machete. Who the fuck got machetes? Who got machete? Like that shit was crazy. He was stabbed with knives, and that shit is crazy. Multiple lives, multiple knives. They literally crucified him because they were stabbing Jesus with all those knives too. This shit is crazy. What's the excuse? I want to know. There's no excuse, point blank, period. But I want to know what in their mind, how they, put it in their mind that he deserved to die. I want to know what the fuck he did. Mental illness is on the rise. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is. And I don't know why. I really do think it's something in the water, the TV, the programming, but I just feel like people, their minds ain't clicking no more. No one cares about anything. Everyone blames the store owner. Chanel, what happened? What happened? Because I'm very sensitive, so I try to stay away from shit like this. I saw it, I read it, because I heard that the family they did a GoFundMe, and thank God, I think they asked for $15,000, and they as of the last time I checked, they had raised 20,000. So the GoFundMe made over what they asked. I don't feel like the store owner's fault. I feel like I've seen people blame him too. I'm like, he could have a family. He could have a kid. What if they would have stabbed him too? He got a family, possibly, and a wife to go home to, and fear is real. If I saw somebody stabbing somebody over and over again with a machete, I don't know if I would jump in too. I might call the police. I might try to get help, but him stepping in, just two dead people, two lives lost for no reason. They say it's gang related. I don't know what I would do in a situation. That's something extremely you don't see every day disturbing. Now, Chanel said it's gang related. If this is true, and that boy is gang affiliated, not to say that because he was in a gang, possibly that he deserved to die. But oh, and that's another thing. I gotta say this. So I also read that instead of rushing him to the hospital, the police had this dying boy on the sidewalk questioning him about the fucking who killed him while he was dying, had not one iota of sense or compassion to rush him to the hospital first to make sure he lives, then ask questions later. I swear to God, the police. I'm the police. And I'm not the kind of black person who has like a vendetta against police, because there really are people out here who just don't fuck with the police. That was wrong. I don't care how you look at it. Now about the gangs, if it was gang related, I feel less a kind of way about it. He don't deserve to die, sure, but I feel like when you get into a gang or get into a gang or because when you enter into that lifestyle, you know what's good. You know what's happening. You know that this lifestyle is not good to the people in it. And I feel like if this boy was in a gang, I feel like you reap what you sow, basically. I saw the video, he ran off because no one helped to the hospital. So he went to the hospital by himself. No one ever took him. Cause here I am thinking that they questioned him first, then take him. So he didn't. He took himself to the hospital. Is that what you're saying, Chanel? Because that's just trifling as fuck. And his parents should sue. The police are trifling. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. I'm disgusted. All time low. We are really in the dark times. It's something going on. I don't think he ran to the hospital like they said. He got stabbed multiple times. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. If he was stabbed and he's bleeding out, I'm not understanding how he can make his way by himself. So that's why I assume that after the trifling ass police questioned him, that they um took him. It's just crazy. He ran to the hospital because no one helped. So I'm getting two conflicting stories. I'm seeing some people saying that he may not have ran to the hospital. Then people saying that he did run to the hospital. I'm afraid, and then y'all know I have really young siblings, and I just feel like things are not the same. I'm a fairly young guy. I'm 25 years old. Things have changed since I was a damn child, and it wasn't that long ago since I was a child basically. Parents, watch your kids. He bled to death by the time he reached the hospital. I gotta do more research because I want to. Now I'm curious as to how he made it to point A to point B. I really want to know if he took himself to the hospital or if the police took him, because I feel like that's important. And I would sue. I would sue. Only 15. Only 15. But why gang? I hope he wasn't in the gang. I really do. I'm hoping and I'm really praying that he wasn't in the gang. I hope that, either way he's dead, gang or not, and two grown ass men kill him. I want to know the backstory. News says he ran to the hospital. Ran? Like you keep on saying ran, so did he ran to the hospital. His name was Lessandro. What was he Hispanic, y'all? Was he a Hispanic male? But they were grown ass men. But I feel like when you in a gang, they don't care about shit like that. I feel like gang members do a whole lot of fucked up shit, and they don't really care about shit. They don't have morals like we do. The shit that we would never do, they would do because they in the gang basically. So 15, 20, 30, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck basically. But now I'm curious. Yes, they were all Dominican. Okay. Cause they looked black, but they all had Hispanic last names. So I was confused. I really want to know what happened. I want to know their excuse. It's not right either way, and there's no justification. But I want to know what he did, where they thought that it was okay to stab him multiple times with a knives and a machete. They fucking they slayed him because no one helped. Yes, Hispanic young boy. That's what I thought. Because the people who did the GoFundMe, their last name was like Martinez. I think they were. Because people are confirming Regino that he was Latino, but they look black. They all look black. They all had Negroid features to me. Then it's crazy. He was Dominican or Puerto Rican. In the video, you see after the stab, he runs in the store, I believe. No one helped. They held his neck and he held his neck and then he runs off. The hospital tried to save him, but he bled out. His mother definitely isn't black. Oh, you've seen the mother. You've seen the mother. The boy looked black though, right, Stephanie? To me, when I look at him, he looked like a black man, basically. They all look black. They all look black to me. So I was thinking, oh hell no. I know that's not right, but I hate to see black people fucking up in the media. Like like this so fucked up. But when I hear like a mass shooting or somebody did something real fucked up, I be like, oh my god. Don't let him be black. Don't let him be black. Don't let him be black. Like I hate to see us fuck up because I feel like we got so much shit against us already. I feel like white folks just can't. They can't wait to say, "See, this is why we do them the way they do because they're animals. You know, they have no home training." So I just hate to see blacks fuck up. He looked Spanish with fair skin. The guy that I saw looked black. He was definitely a brown. Like he wasn't even light skinned. Like I would consider fair skin like Faith Evans, Drake. To me, that's fair skin. But this guy was definitely to me a dark like a darker brown. Not even a caramel, but he was a darker guy. His hair was cut short, so I really couldn't see his hair texture. But the guys who killed them, all of them looked the same to me. Like they all had the same similar look. They all had like hair a lot some hair on the top and then close on the sides or whatever. Mestizo. I don't think he was mestizo because mestizo is white and Native American. This guy definitely had Negroid ancestry, in my opinion. And if he was Dominican and even Puerto Rican, it's very likely that he had black in him. To me, one was dark skinned. Yes, the one guy was dark skinned. I was thinking, so is this like mulatto? Yes. I mean, if you want to be honest, I feel like most of us are mulatto in the sense that we have black and African ancestry. Yeah, they're all Spanish. I don't think they consider themselves black, even the dark skinned one. And that's the thing that I don't understand about some Dominicans. They be out here looking like Akon, darker than real black than African Americans, saying they not black. They were probably Afro Latino. They looked like it. I would think he went back to Dominican Republic. Who? Who? And that's why I like Amara because I feel like she is black and Latino unapologetically. Never said no, I'm not black. No, I'm just Latino. She rep black hard, and that's why I fuck with her real heavy. But don't identify of it. One of the killers. I hope they get his ass. That is so crazy. He didn't kill them in New York and then went straight to the DR. I hope that the DR has, because some countries they won't give you up. Like they'll let you hold asylum in the country and won't give you up. So I hope that the Dominican Republic, um, that they'll give him up and turn him in because that boy needs justice. His mother told police that he went to the DR. I know what you mentioned now. That is so crazy. Coward. So coward. I feel like if I kill somebody, I don't think I would run because it's like what life is it to continuously run on the law? That's no way to live. Like I would rather be in jail than to be constantly looking over my damn shoulder. If I can get arrested today, is this my last free day? I feel like if I kill somebody, I would turn myself in. Yes, they are colorists. Dominicans and Puerto Ricans are colorists, but they're not as bad as Mexican people. Mexicans to me are the worst with the colorism shit. Because I follow a lot of Dominican and Puerto Rican people. They will fuck with a person darker than them. They not as bad as the Mexicans in my opinion. DR doesn't have asylum. Okay, so they will um give him back because I know a shot Tupac Shakur's aunt, I think her name is Asada Shakur. I can't pronounce her name. It's either Ashada or Asada. She been in Cuba for years and they will not give her up. True, true. I really do hope they turn him over immediately. That's funny. That's funny. And that was quick too. When did it happen? This must have happened a while back because for him to have did it, killed him yesterday, and then he be in Dominican Republic already. I feel like this happened. This couldn't have happened yesterday or today. Maybe it just went viral because I just saw it today. I just saw the story today. Well, anyway, his parents did a excuse me GoFundMe, and they met their goal, so they will have something or whatever. But did anybody else see the GoFundMe? I don't know if I'm like blocking it out of my head, but I don't remember them saying what the GoFundMe was for. That they didn't say funeral specifically, but I just felt like they were just asking for money, just saying please help. I want to know what they needed the money for. I assume for funeral expenses, basically. I don't know. It's crazy. I just feel like we live in a crazy world. I feel weird about it. I feel crazy. Like I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel anymore. Um, I'm not so far gone that nothing matters. Funerals are very expensive. I figured that because I think caskets can be up to a thousand of dollars by themselves. You need 5,000 to have a open a grave. Oh, I didn't know that. When you say open a grave, do you mean like t- to dig the hole you need 5,000, or for the casket and the tombstone? What's the five? Yes, cremation I think is free. Is it free? Cause my uncle died recently, and my aunt cremated him, and she was acting like it was not that expensive, or it would have been a lot more to have the burial or whatever. So I think it may be free, or at the very least significantly cheaper. No, it's not free. Do you know how much it would cost to cremate somebody? Cause I want to know that's something that I'm curious about. Cremation is like 25,000 to 5,000. Damn. Well, if cremation is the same amount as burying somebody, then bury me. Like, what's the point of being cremated if it costs just as much as you burying me? What a tombstone? You know what I'm saying? This is the New York City cost. Epic that my minimum cost is 6,000, and that's what is that? I don't know what that epithet minimum is. What is that? What is that? Can you explain that to me? Lovely 218. What is that? I don't know. I don't know. I went to go get my license recently. No, I'm sorry. I did do that too. But I went to go to the dentist, and the dentist asked me, do I did I want to be a organ donor. I just thought that was really weird that the dentist was asking about organ donation. Berry for 5,000 is very basic, and 5,000 is not cheap. So to get the bare minimum and still pay 5,000 out of pocket, that's fucking crazy to me. It's gonna be total gonna be 15 to 20,000. That's disgusting to me for marker. They love black male organs. So I heard. And that's another thing. That's another fucking thing. Can we switch subjects for a minute? The fact that they are really out here killing for organs is fucking crazy. Like, did y'all watch that documentary on China and the organ donor shit? Like, I'm never going to China ever. I can't risk it. I can't risk it. I cannot believe they killing for organs. Not many blacks organ donate. They asked me, and I was like, no. But that was my first initial reaction to it, to say no. After I thought about it, I was like, well, if I'm dead, I don't really need my organs, so why not help another person? So I may go back and change it, but as of now, I'm not a organ donor. They're trying to remake it and can't. They're trying to decode melanin. I heard about that. I heard about that. We don't donate blood either. I donate blood. The top thing is black market. The top thing is. I heard about that too. I heard that they were kidnapping black women and black trans women and sending them to the Philippines and to Italy. Only blacks carry it. Well, other races have it too. Like sexually active gay men can't donate. I'm a virgin. So I've never had sex, never done anything like that. So I do donate blood. Um, remember the teenager in Georgia, the one who got wrapped up in the mat, Kendrick Johnson. If you're talking about Kendrick Johnson, then I definitely know what you're talking about, and I do think they killed him for his organs. Um, which is interesting because I feel like there are many reasons why he died. For one, I heard that he was dating a white girl, and in the South, in a lot of places, that's still a no-no. So they could have killed him for that, but I think that they killed him for his organs because his insides was stuffed with newspaper, right? And he had no organs. They are exhuming his body again. It doesn't matter the color of the person when you donate. It's all about the blood type and the health of the organs. Um, as far as gay men donating blood, I actually as a gay man, I understand why they don't want gay men's blood because I feel like gay men are at risk for HIV and having diseases. So I understand, not wanting that risk and giving a person HIV infected or AIDS infected blood. However, you can test blood for that shit, right? So I feel like they should take gay blood maybe, but test it to see if it's infected blood. Cause I do feel like people could use that blood. I feel like blood transfusions and shit, that shit is very needed. Like the way people getting killed, excuse me, celibate gay men. When you say celibate gay men, are you also referring to gay men who were once sexually active but no longer? Or celibate men who never had gay sex? What do you mean by celibate? Anyone can donate, the blood is tested. Okay, so see, that makes sense. That makes sense, but I know for the longest time, if you were a gay male, you just couldn't donate blood, period. You just couldn't donate. That's one bias that they've always had against gay men. Celibate for 1 year. See, I'm getting two conflicting stories because Lovely 218 is saying that anyone can donate and the blood is tested. But Rahina, you're saying that they can donate if they've been tested. I'm a nurse. All blood goes to the blood bank after it's been tested multiple times. Okay. And that makes sense. In Florida, that's the rule. You might be right because now I'm thinking about when in Orlando when that gay club got shot up. A lot of people were saying that gay people were coming to help and donate blood, and that they were getting turned away. You can't donate if you're pregnant or had a tattoo within 6 months. That's weird. When post happened, many gays couldn't. That's what I just said. That's what I just said. That when they were donated, gays wanted to help, but they were turned back. But they do ask you a lot of questions. Um, about what? Um, Chanel, I saw your comment about the sale paper. Yes, I remember that he was rolled up in a mat and stuffed with paper. I do think that there was foul play and organ harvesting involved. It had to be celibate for a year, or basically a virgin. And I don't understand that. Um, lovely 218, you're a nurse. I feel like whether you just had sex yesterday, if you if your blood is tested and it's HIV free, why can't they donate? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense to me. If the blood is tested multiple times anyway, why can't they donate? The only way this can make sense to me is if the HIV virus can be in your blood dormant and undetectable for weeks or years or whatever. I understand that. I'm sure they were turned away because they had it. Oh, so you're saying that the gays who tried, they were turned away because they had it. I don't know if I believe that, because there were a lot of gays who said they tried to donate but were turned away. I don't believe that every gay that got turned away had HIV or AIDS. They did ask if I was pregnant and if I had a tattoo in 6 months. Now the tattoo thing is weird. I'm not understanding that. When they tattoo you, does the ink get into your bloodstream? Now, if the ink can get in your bloodstream, that's the only way that I would see that someone having a tattoo would mean no donating blood. Every AIDS test is reported. They did as if I was 16 months pregnant and if I would had a tattoo. In Orlando, they were denied even though they were negative. Exactly. That's what I thought. I don't think that every gay man who came to donate in Orlando was turned away because they were HIV positive. And it's so weird and eerie and ironic the fact that these people who they need the blood for are gay men, and gay men can't even help their fucking own. Tattoo is a needle. So it does get into the bloodstream. Do tattoos bleed? Cause I feel like I've seen people get tattoos and I don't see the skin break or any blood drawn. But that's very interesting to know that the tattoo ink gets into your bloodstream. I don't think I want a tattoo now. They were sexually active. That's why they were denied. Yeah, yeah. I had a best friend who donated a lot, but he lied. And that's the other thing. People can lie too. Like just because I say, "Oh, I'm not gay," or "No, I haven't had sex in a year," that doesn't mean that it's the truth. Cause my friend, excuse me, my friend stayed donating for cash. He was a struggling college student. He needed to pay his rent, and he stayed donating, and he stayed having sex. Ray may be right. I'll go look into it, but I've never heard of that working in the hospital. Maybe they had enough of certain blood types. It could be many reasons. If you are low in iron, you can't donate. Well, that makes sense because I feel like I guess iron is important to the blood or whatever. Many lie to donate, lie about sex, life, and sexuality. My friend donated whenever he could, and I mean it. Like it got to the point where I feel like he was almost addicted to giving blood, cause this nigga was in the blood bank every week and every other day if he could, because he was a struggling. I donated for babies. Oh, that's really good. Chanel. I feel like they need the blood. That's really nice. You know what? I admire people who do that because I'm just gonna be real. I don't donate blood. They can't prove you are gay. They really can't prove it. That's why anybody can lie. That's why I don't understand why it's even a rule as if people cannot lie and say, oh, well, I haven't had sex in a year or I'm a virgin, but they fucking and actively fucking. But they do the test on blood multiple times before it's donated. They only know if you tell them. Exactly. And I guess that's what I don't understand. Now that I know for a fact that the blood is tested, I don't understand why I don't understand why it they would not take the blood unless, like I said, that the virus is in your blood. Hold on, was that confirmed? Did somebody confirm that the HIV virus lays dormant in the blood? And if it is dormant, can I ask this question? If the HIV/AIDS virus is dormant in your blood, when the blood is out of your body, why is it still there? I guess that's what I'm not understanding because I heard that once HIV blood gets out of your body that it's like you can't get affected by that. When they show you the little blood for the baby transfer you have to donate is touching. I could imagine. Babies are cute. Babies are cute, and it's so funny because I know that I talk about the Mexican illegal immigrants or whatever, but it's so funny how some people have more compassion for animals than humans. Ain't that crazy to y'all? It's just so, especially whites. I feel like whites will save a dog over a fucking black like that. Can you donate blood if you are on prep but you are celibate? I don't know. Um, lovely 2018 218. Can they? Not dormant, but the viral load can be very low till it's undetected. Okay. Hmm. This is. I'm curious. I am curious. I don't know what I was talking about because I know I just got sidetracked it, but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, and that's another thing too that bothered me. I feel like with the Pulse shooting, people had no sympathy or people didn't care because they were gay, and I'm just telling you, all time low with sympathy and empathy, all time low. But anyway, I don't know. It's a lot going on. Like Charlie Sheen, not dormant with a viral load can be very low until it's detected in the blood. Thank you. Thank you, Chanel. I know I don't come on often. Like I'm not a everyday kind of YouTuber or even every week. Cause some days I will go weeks without posting a video. But when I do come on, I come on when I'm passionate about something. You know what I'm saying? I don't get paid for this. It's strictly a hobby for me. And I'm passionate about what I talk about. So for me, I lived in Orlando during Pulse. Did you? Did you? I don't know. I would feel some kind of way about that. Wouldn't you? Like, I heard a lot of people say, since that guy shot up those people in Las Vegas, that Las Vegas wasn't the same. Like, it's not the same vibe that it was before that man killed all those people. And I would have to imagine that if I lived in Orlando during Pulse, I feel like I would feel some kind of way, and I wouldn't really wanna um be there anymore. Basically, that's how I feel about it. Crazy. Thank you, Rahino. I was passionate, and Rahino, I really do appreciate you. Seeing my side with the Latino immigration thing, because I do think that black people will shun you and go after you for how you treat other people, but blacks treat other blacks like shit a lot of the times. I'm like, damn, it seems like a lot of y'all go harder for other races than you do your own, which is also something that blacks do that other races don't. Because I feel like other races and nationalities, they are very tribal and they stick to their own, and I feel like blacks don't do that, and that has always made me feel some kind of way that blacks don't don't take pride in being black like other people do, being who they are basically. Cause we all still sleep. I do. I do think it's really interesting, Chanel, because I think that there's a rise in blacks being woke and really waking up and saying, hey, something going on, this ain't right. We need to be X, Y, and Z. But I also feel like there's a rise in black coons as well. Like I really feel like white people love when black people are on that coon Stacey Dash shit. They love it. They love that shit. They do. So I feel like they're Post is now a memorial. The owner originally wanted to reopen Post in a few years or move it to another location, but many were obviously against it. I could imagine. Where do you live now, Ray Hino? I could imagine. I don't know if I will go back to if I was at a club or I knew of a club that got bombed or people got shot up, I wouldn't go there either. If we're being honest, like I would feel on edge, and I feel like I would sense the souls and the spirits of the slain and the dead. Like that's some crazy, some eerie shit. So I respect him for not opening it up and keeping it a memorial. But I will say that I hope it wasn't his. Excuse me. I live in the Tampa Bay region, and that's one place that I don't hear about in Florida. We hear about Orlando. We hear about Miami, Jacksonville, but I don't really hear about Tampa. Y'all low key. Y'all must be real low key and unproblematic. People are woke. The owner is female. Oh, I wonder if she was a lesbian. Cause I feel like it would be really weird for a straight woman to open up a gay club. I mean, I don't know. I just see it as weird. Like I would be like, why would a straight woman open up a gay club? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of weird. Was she a lesbian? I think she is straight. Isn't that weird to y'all? Like that's just like me opening up a club for Jewish people. Like, oh, I'm not Jewish, but I'm gonna open up this club for Jewish people. I would. Oh, I think it's sweet. Like, I think it's sweet that you would that someone could open up a club for a group that does not include them, like that they're not a part of. But I also kind of question the motives because people will exploit people for money. We see how the Asians do it with blacks. Asians will set up carry out, set up beauty supply stores, but people who they know that their own people won't shop or won't patronize, but they do it for the money. So I will hope that if she opened up this club, that it wasn't strictly for the money, and because she genuinely liked gay people and wanted them to have a place to go. Basically, I just feel like it's weird, and I feel like it's a lot to it. Like it's layers to it. But I hope that she has good intentions. Open up a business is about making money, right? Yes, it is about making money. Strip people own gay bars and clubs just for the money. Right, right. But I feel like when it's about the money, I feel some kind of way about it. Like the fact that Asians use blacks for the money and don't really fuck with us like that, I be feeling a kind of way about that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this white woman or whoever she was, she probably was like, you know what, gays like to party, spend money, hook up. I'm gonna open this club up in Orlando and make some good money off these gays. I guess there's no issue with it unless she was homophobic. Now, if it came out that she was homophobic, now that's fucked up, and now I'm side eyeing you. But if she genuinely had no issue with gays, I guess it's good. Straight people own gay bars just for the money. Okay, I already read that. Exactly. I mean, if you're naturally a good person, you will take care and appreciate her customers. That's so crazy. But back to the Asians and the blacks. Asians do not treat blacks with respect, and they do not treat us good in their stores. Even if, when we give them money, they still mistreat us. So it's just really funny that lovely 218 mentioned that point. Because you would think that a person would have good customer service to people who are giving them money and supplying them money. But we see time and time again that the Arabs and the Asians, they will treat blacks like shit while taking black dollars and taking black coins. It's just so crazy. And one thing, and this the like one of the this the last thing that I'm gonna talk about before I go. I find it so funny that black people are post cult massacre happened on Black Night. Yes, I heard a lot of Puerto Ricans were killed, and some blacks were killed too, and whites, but it was mostly Hispanics. And then I also question why there's even a need for Latin night. Like, I feel like are people so divisive that they can't party on I don't know. I don't know. They're only in it for the money. They are robots over there. I've been to China and they don't portray blacks in such a good light. Is China where they banned hip hop music? I don't know if y'all noticed, but it was some Asian country that banned hip hop. And I was like, wow, y'all really don't fuck with black people. Y'all can't tell me that that country who banned hip hop had nothing to do with anti-blackness and hatred of blacks. The shooter wanted to target Disney World, but they had too many security and cameras. That's really crazy to me. Wow, I was going to shoot up Disney World, this family-friendly park, but since I can't shoot up Disney World, let me shoot this gay club up. That's a funny jump. He had a list of targets. I know they followed me once I landed in their airport, especially if you're a black man. See? And that's why I don't go hard for other groups. That's exactly why. I'm just like, I cannot, in good faith, support a group that I know don't fuck with me or have my best, interest at heart. Just can't do it. A lot of blacks can do it, but I can't do it. The wife was found not guilty. Who are you talking about? Was there a second person? Because I thought there was only one person who killed the people. No offense, I had an Asian homegirl who was cool, but her mom didn't want her to date blacks and wasn't too fond of us. She was cool, but an apple doesn't fall far from the tree in most cases. And that, oh my God, Tay, can we talk about it? Because I really do also feel like there is this myth or notion that it's just the older generation that's racist, and that, oh, once the older generation die out, racism won't be a thing anymore. But I think that people take for granted, and people don't realize that most of us take on our parents' values. And I just feel like if your parents are racist, I feel like it's more than likely that you're going to be racist too. Like, right? I feel that way. Like, parents racist, grandparents racist, you probably gonna be racist too, basically. Because, like Tay said, the apple don't fall far from the tree. And what I will say in defense of some people do choose not to be racist, and they do choose to break the cycle of prejudice, homophobia, racism. But I feel like for the most part, it's taught, and most people who are racist, they'll die racist. I feel like it's very rare that people change from being not racist to racist. People wanted to hold the wife responsible because they believed she knew of his plans. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't feel like knowing is a grounds to be arrested or penalized. But I would like to know how they came to that conclusion that she even knew about it. The courts couldn't prove if she knew or not. Exactly. How could you? But I don't know. I don't know. I want to say, well, if she is his wife, then I feel like she probably do know. But we're not gonna pretend like husbands don't hide whole ass families from their damn parent, their spouses. Like on Queen Sugar, Charlie's husband has a 13-year-old child that I assume he knew about since the very beginning of the child being born, but kept it a secret from the wife the whole time. That's why she was found not guilty. And I don't feel like she should have been punished because once again, you can't really prove if she knew. And then she didn't shoot the person. She said she was abused by him. I believe it. I believe it. Some men are good liars and manipulators. I'm telling you, men will have whole ass side families, be cheating the whole time they're married, and you'll never know. That's true, but I can tell that she was very happy when it came. She wasn't. Do you mean she wasn't very happy that this happened? Or, and yes, like you said, some do make that change, but to we've all fallen victim to pleasing others like our parent. I just do. I don't believe that most people who are young that have racist parents aren't racist. That shit is instilled in you from birth. From birth. Because I feel like at this point we all know that children are not born racist. Racism is not inherently ingrained in us. That shit is taught, and I feel like other groups of people, they say from the beginning that, you know what, we don't fuck with this group, this, that, and the third. Speaking of Queen Sugar, is that a good show I've been wanting to watch? But I'm such an action detective girl. Queen Sugar is a very good show. Ava DuVernay, who was a black woman director, she directed it. But I will say that it's really interesting that for some reason, all of the kids, with the exception of Nova, are pursuing non-black people. Isn't that funny? Like now Charlie is kissing the white man who his family once owned her family. Remember when Roseanne blamed racism on Ambien. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I did not know that Roseanne was racist, y'all. Like when the shit came out about Roseanne tweeting what she tweeted and saying all this crazy shit, I did not know that she was racist. Like I had no clue. I don't know. I guess I don't follow Roseanne. I'm not really a Roseanne fanatic, so I don't really know her views. But I just remember being really shocked that Roseanne was racist. I love you, and I always thought she was racist. I feel like Roseanne has a a blue collar white vibe, basically. But I'm the kind of person who believes that just because you are a certain way, that you're not racist. Like, can I ask y'all a question? Do y'all believe that if someone votes for Trump, do y'all believe that they're automatically racist, or do you think that there could be somewhere in the middle where they agree with Trump and they agree with his views, but they not be racist? And this is something that I've been thinking about for a long time, and I'm just not sure. Like, I'm not so on the notion that you can. I'm not so on the notion that you can vote for Trump, a candidate who has been openly racist, openly disparaging against minorities, and you not um be racist. But then again, to play devil's advocate, you have black and Mexican Trump supporters. You have blacks who support Trump and Mexicans who support Trump. Certainly they are not racist, but and they support Trump. So I guess it is possible for a white person to support Trump but not be okay with the racism. But I feel like the racism is a big part of how of why Trump got elected, and a big part of who he is and has been as a president. If you always cheating and stuff, the bad will always shine and you'll never be happy. Speaking from personal experience, when you have less time to look for, they want America to be back to the way it used to be. I really do. Like, I really do feel like if whites could have it their way, I feel like they would kick all the Hispanics out and all the Asians out and redo slavery. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good movie premise. Like people doing like the purge, and what if the government decided, hey, we're gonna kill we're gonna make a day where everybody can die legal and all crime is legal. But I really do feel like I would be here for a movie in which the premise was, hey, let's bring back slavery. Starting January 1st, 2019, nigga slaves again. Internalized oppression, black Trumps. I do. I do. I do feel like coons. I feel like blacks who support Trump, I feel like they not right in the head. And I do think it's some kind of mental issues going on. But I would love to see a movie where the government decides that slavery is back. Whites would fail if that ever happened. They won't kill us, they will suppress us. I agree. I also feel like if whites wanted us gone, they could easily do it. Like they could easily take us out if they really wanted to. Like we are only what 12% of the population. They could take us out, but I do think that they keep blacks around because number one, we entertain them. We are in their sports. We make the music that they love. They've always been entertained by us, and also blacks, we have the number one spending power. And that's what I don't understand. I will never understand. Like I was talking to my friend, and we were talking about how we don't understand how blacks can have the best spending power and the highest spending power, but be the worst economically, and I'm just like, damn, this not a good look. It really shows that us as blacks, we have very poor priorities, basically. Flaws in others because you have many of your own. Did I read this already? If you're always looking for cheating and stuff, the bad will always shine through. Oh, are you talking about me? Hey, strange black media in chat room. I'm so tired. But when I say you live, I almost did a black. Oh, when I saw you live, you almost did a backflip too. I'm so thankful, Shelly. I'm so thankful that you're here. I was wondering where you are because I know that you a night owl like me. So I was like, I'm surprised Shelly not on. Were you on the whole time, Shelly, or are you just getting here? Black's whole economic spin, how we put $1 billion into the black church. I have mixed feelings on people paying the preachers and stuff because at the end of the day, we don't live in a free country where everyone is free. Shit costs money. The cost of living is going up every fucking year, every month, basically. So I understand that preachers have to be compensated in some way, but when it gets to the point where, because I've been to a preacher's house, there's a big mega church around in the DMV called Spirit of Faith, and they're rich and they're loaded. And when it gets to the point where your preacher is in a mansion and you have a bowling um thing in your house and you got all these cars, I feel like that's where the issue comes in. Cause I feel like most of your congregation is probably poor or suffering, and here you are taking their money, living. Yes, this nigga had a bowling alley in his house. I went to a preacher's house and he dead ass had a bowling alley in his house, and there was so it was a big ass mansion. They are living really good, and I don't feel like that's right. I just don't. Did you hear about the preacher who wanted to his congregation to help donate? Hold on, I'm fucking up reading this shit, y'all. Forgive me. Did y'all hear about the preacher who wanted his congregation to help donate and fund his new plane? Creflo Dollar. If you're talking about Creflo Dollar, okay, yes, lovely, lovely 218 confirmed it is Creflo Dollar. Is he black? Creflo Dollar. And is that his real name? Like, I'm not understanding the name Creflo Dollar. Like, I feel like that. I call it petty or not, but I feel like his name always threw me off. Like when I would hear about the story, I was like Creflo Dollar. That's like a damn pimp name. A pimp named Creflo Dollar. They bought the plane, but he wants a runway. So they actually bought the plane? Really? Yep, black. Laugh my black off at the name. His name is crazy. Creflo Dollar. Like, I'm not understanding why his parents named him Creflo. Like, what the fuck is a Creflo? Is that a type of drink? Is that a type of tire brand? Like, the name Creflo Dollar just don't sit right with my spirit. With my spirit. It really irks me to the soul. Yep, V Files, a pimp named Creflo Dollar. I just got having sleeping days, so I was just about to shut down. But I'm gonna be here till you get ready to end no matter what time. Let me grab some water. And Shelly, I didn't pass. I didn't pass. I almost passed, but I didn't pass. Shelly know what I'm talking about me not passing. I'm gonna try again next week, though. I will say that. I took a test and I failed. Basically, that's just what it is. Peter Popoff and Cref. Now I've never heard of Peter Popoff. Now that is really crazy. Like I don't even think that's real. Like are these stage names? Like Post Malone? Like is Creflo Dollar and Peter Popoff's stage names? And yes, Creflo is black. No word, you got it. No, Peter is real. So is Creflo Dollars not his real name? I shouldn't go there. But what did Gregory say? Why we need a middle person to get the word from is God, and that's also what I don't understand too. But I do understand that some people have the gift of persuasion. Like I really feel like some people have that public speaking shit. Like some people can do a speech and it just touches you. It leaves you feeling some kind of way. So I feel like with preachers and ministers and priests or whatever, I feel like they are the vessel, and I feel like they help convey the message. But at the end of the day, I do think that God, if you believe in God or whatever, I do feel like that He's supposedly all knowing. So I don't understand why there has to be a middle person in between God and the regular folks, but maybe they changed their names as adult. I think so, because Creflo Dollar and Peter Popoff. Now, somebody said, V-Foul said that Peter Popoff is his real name, but I've never heard the last name. Like, I've never met somebody with the last name Popoff, and I've never met somebody named Dollar, like Tim Dollars. Like, the names do sound made up. I see it on YouTube. Tell a story and scam everybody for their money. And that's fucked up. And you know what's funny is that I feel like people are so used to people scamming that when people are really in need and really do like GoFundMe's, people don't be buying it. Like, and people don't want to help. Like, I honestly was so disgusted. I'm gonna take y'all all the way back to when the Scorpion show, when his house burnt down and people were feeling some kind of way that he had a GoFundMe and was asking for help. I'm like, it's sad that people are questioning him and saying, "Oh, why you doing this? Why you need a GoFundMe?" Because I feel like this was a case where I feel like he genuinely needed it. It's like the boy who cried wolf. You can't run so many schemes. Cousin Pastor has his own YouTube channel. Pastor? I'm not understanding that. Cussing pastor. So there's a pastor on YouTube that cusses in his sermons? Yeah, Shelly, one apple makes it bad for all. And that's one thing that's always been true to me. Like, I can remember being in school and the teacher saying if one person act up, we all in trouble. And that one fucking kid who don't give a fuck about getting in trouble or not gets everybody in trouble. The lady who shaved her daughter head and said she had cancer made a GoFundMe. Who is it? I've never heard of the cousin pastor. But I do want to say that I don't understand how people act like cussing is against God when the cuss words that we use, they weren't around when Jesus was walking, supposedly, right? So how the hell is cussing wrong? I don't get it. Larry Nelson and Andrew claim to be delivered. I don't think that Andrew is delivered, but I think that people should let him be. I feel like as society, we Peter Popoff got caught for using an earpiece to receive radio messages in which his wife gave him home addresses and ailments of all his members and claim had come from God. Mm. Yeah, that don't make any sense to me. Like, I've heard people say that cussing is a sin, so I'm just like, for cussing to be a sin, that would have to mean that ass shit, bitch, and fuck been around since BC, before Christ. And I doubt that it was. So that makes no sense to me. But a lot of shit don't make sense to me. Little Richard claims to be delivered. He hates gays and says that they will burn in hell. What I've always found interesting about Little Richard is that he's bisexual. Like, he never had to fuck with men if he didn't want to. So for him to turn around and do that, I did a rant about other people about other. I did a rant the other day about people scamming homeless in the car, yet getting money. Oh my God, Shelly, who was that woman? She was a really popular black YouTuber a while back, and she kind of went viral because she was saying she was living in a car, and she was making YouTube videos in the car. Who? What was her name? Oh my God, can't think of her name. But there was this one black popular YouTuber. She had a lot of subscribers. She had like over 100,000, I believe, and she began to make videos saying that she was homeless, and then she was in South America taking vacations, and saying that she was trying to start her own business or start a production company. It was a whole hot ass mess, and I just didn't understand. Like, it wasn't adding up to me. You homeless, but you taking money to start production companies? Like, it's like her priorities were not straight. And I forget what her name was, but she's not popping no more. Like, I don't hear from this YouTuber at all. And she was really popular back in the day. I know Shelly, that you might know this, cause you know you be having all the tea. What was her name? For some reason, I want to say I didn't watch Larry Nelson, but I heard that he called gay people and also told Timothy Blaine that that is why he's sick and has cancer. Yes, Tanya TKO. Whatever happened to her? When I tell y'all that she is gone, and maybe she isn't, because there's just certain parts of YouTube that I'm just not, I just don't fuck with, or that I'm not really on. So maybe she still make videos, but yes, Nitra underrated or something like that. No, it was Tanya TKO. Shelly is right. It was Tanya TKO who was living in her car, but was taking money to for production companies, but she was homeless. It was a big ass. It was a big mess. As far as Andrew Caldwell, I do think that people should let him be. Personally, do I think that he is delivered and that he's no longer gay? No, I don't. I think he's still gay, but I don't agree with people coming to him and telling him, "You still gay, you still sweet, this, that, and the third." Like, how are you going to tell somebody what they still are? I feel like he is going through something, and I feel like people should let him go. People should let him do his journey. Basically, I feel like Andrew is I feel like he's still finding himself. How old is Andrew, honestly? Because I feel like if I knew his age, I could like kind of see or make sense of some things that he's done. Now, if Andrew is below the age of 25, then I kind of understand his actions, because we as children, as young adults, we do dumb shit a lot of the times. But if Andrew is like an older guy in his 30s, then um he's too old for the shit, basically, in my opinion. A lot of his antics that he does, he's too old for it. Now, I will say that he does look young, so I think that he's young. Tanya TKO is 30. Does she still make videos, V Files? Like, when was her latest video? Tony TKO. I think Andrew is playing a character. I thought about that. I think about that all the time. I'd be like, what if Andrew is really gay, still fucking men on the side, but he keeping up these antics because he knows that it gets him attention. And I do think that Andrew is a person who seeks fame and attention, and I do think that he will do a lot for attention, and he will go low for attention. So I would 2 days ago. Oh wow! So Taria still makes videos. See, I told y'all like I don't really be checking for a lot of people no more. Like a lot of people I just don't really see now. Is she still homeless? Is she still in her car? Probably not. What about Donnie McClurkin? I don't know. I don't know who Donnie McClurkin is. I've heard of Donnie McClurkin, but I have no clue who he is or what his angle is. Basically, I just don't know. Um, I know he's a gospel singer, right? But I'm not sure who she's supposed to be. A life coach. That's very interesting. I find it very funny when people try to help people, but don't got their shit in order. Just like me trying to help people to get PhDs when I just got my bachelor's degree. It just makes no sense. It doesn't add up. He's in a play. You know what? I saw that he's in a play. I'm happy for him. I feel like people would hate on Andrew sometimes unnecessarily. Yes, he says fucked up shit, and when he does fucked up shit and say fucked up shit, call him out. But I really do feel like people bully Andrew Caldwell. They bully him a lot, and I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. And what I will say this, um, and I may never say this shit again because I don't really fuck with Andrew no more. But Andrew, say what you want about Andrew, but he has a lot of courage and he has thick skin because they come for him all the time. And for people to come for him the way they do, and him still, be standing and still be doing his thing, that says that he has bravery and thick skin that he is not letting people run him off YouTube or make him feel a kind of way because they're always bashing him and coming after him. So I admire that about Andrew, but that's where the compliments end because I do feel like he does fucked up shit a lot of the times. But I will say for him to still be making videos and going on Instagram and all these other platforms when all they do is drag him, that just shows his strength and that he can take it. He can take the beat and obviously he can take it. What you laughing at, B Files? They say Shirley, Caesar, and Juanita Bynum are closet lesbians. I don't know who they are. I guess they're gospel singers too, but I wouldn't be surprised. It's usually always that way. I feel like sometimes the most homophobic people be the ones who really want dick. And same with the transgender people, the trans hating men be the same ones behind the scenes fucking trans women. It's some other shit in these streets. People running game, but I can't talk about it in the public. People are doing messy stuff for coins. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. On the blogs, they say BB Winans is gay. Damn, is every gospel singer gay? Kirk Franklin. Now, I've never heard them say that Kirk Franklin was gay, but then again, I don't really check for Kirk Franklin. Like, I don't follow Kirk Franklin on Instagram and Twitter and just retweeting all his shit. I don't really know who the fuck he is. Let's talk classic hip hop. Hey, classic hip hop. We sure will. I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really a gospel person. Like I like certain gospel songs, but I'm not really like I'm bumping gospel in the car and going hard for gospel. It's cute, but I don't think it's for me. Basically, um, I don't know. We sure will. BB One is BB Winans a man? Because I know it's BB and CC Winans, but I'm not sure if they're both women or if they're two men or one is a Kimber Rowe doesn't like gays either. I feel like everyone knows that Kimber Rowe doesn't like gays, but ironically, Kimber Rowe stay around gays. No, it's not cute. Snoop Dogg did a gospel album. I'm so sick of Snoop Dogg, honestly. I feel like he's doing a lot with the very least. Gospel albums, reggae albums. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like he's grasping at straws to stay relevant at this point. Yes, he is a man. So BB is a man and CC is a woman? Is that what it is? Or is CC. No, I guess CC is a. I've never met a man named CC, so I'm going to assume that CC is uh, a woman. I know Snoop does any and everything. Let me not hate. Let me not hate. Snoop out here on his entrepreneurial shit. I don't know. I feel like Snoop gets on my nerves a lot of times. Like Snoop to me is like Ti. Oh my god, let's talk about Ti. So I want to know, cause I feel like Ti is a very preachy nigga. Like I feel like Ti do a lot of preaching. He be telling people what they should do and judging. But I'm just like, how you gonna tell me about how to live my life and what I should be doing when you can't even stay faithful to your wife? And I had no idea that the woman that he's cheating on Tiny with is Tasha Skanks from Greenleaf. And I'm just like, I just knew her name was Skanks for a reason. Like her last name Skanks because she out here skanking. I don't know. It's like at this point, I feel like people do not feel sorry for Tiny because at this point he's cheated on her several times over and over again. But I don't know. I also want to say that Tiny has low self esteem because Tiny gets a lot of hate. People really talk about Tiny's looks a lot. I'm not gonna say that Tiny is not Naomi Campbell or Rihanna, but I don't think that Tiny deserves the hate that she gets. And I do feel like Tiny feels like she can't do better. Like I really do think that Tiny. Hell no, V Fouls. Tiny cannot stay for the money because Tiny got her own money. Tiny wrote songs. She's a songwriter. She's in her own group. And truth be told, in case you didn't know, when Tiny first met Ti, he was not a poppin' rapper. He was an unknown rapper, and she was the celebrity, and she held him down. That's why it's so funny that he's doing her the way he's doing it because it's like she is a ride or die, and she gets nothing in return for her loyalty. He is doing like most pastors say, one thing they're living, they're doing whatever. Exactly, exactly. That's what I said. Tiny had the money first, and I know that Tiny and Candy, they wrote No Scrubs, and they got writing credits for Ed Sheeran's song "Shape of You," so they still making good money regardless. But it's just crazy how he does her the way he does her. I do still feel bad for her because I think that she don't think she can do better. I don't. I think that she is afraid to leave not Chris Brown. Why did I say Chris Brown? She's a, she's afraid to leave Ti because I feel like she thinks that she won't be able to find somebody else, and that Ti probably want to be able to move on very quickly and get a new dude. And then I also feel like they just had a baby, and I feel like when kids be involved, I feel like that makes shit more harder. I would never stay for a kid. I feel like if I had a child and my husband was cheating on me, I don't think I would stay. Oh, you know what? We have a kid. We need a two-parent household. I'm not gonna leave. I would. I don't think I would leave. I don't think I would do anything for a kid. That's not right to me. I'm so tired of Chris Brown. Why? I don't hear about Chris Brown. I feel like Chris Brown has been doing a really good job as of late staying out of the media. Do you think he forces her to wear it? To wear what? Did I miss something? I can't imagine Tiny wearing a strap and screwing T.I. Ray, you on some freaky shit. I don't know what you talking about. I have never heard that Tiny wears a strap and fuck T.I. up the ass. But I guess if T.I. liked it, I guess he would force. I don't know if he would force her to do it, but he will go down as a legend for sure. But he keeps doing the same stuff. T.I. or Chris Brown? Because I don't know if I'm willing to give legend status to T.I. or Chris Brown, honestly. Iconic, maybe. Legend? I don't think so. I don't think Chris Brown has had the impact to label him as a legend. I think he's had iconic albums and iconic moments, but I just don't. I don't want to give T.I. or Chris Brown that, honestly. It was on the blog. The only thing I've heard about Chris Brown, Chris, keep on calling T.I. Chris Brown. I've only heard that T.I. and Tiny have threesomes, which is fine. I'm not gonna judge them for having threesomes. I couldn't do it. I couldn't have I couldn't do that. But if they like it, I fucking love it. That's all I've heard. I've never heard of strap-ons. Now I've heard that Jocelyn does Stevie J with a strap-on. I've heard that before. The strap-on revelation came from a blog, and blogs lie. So I wouldn't trust anything um the blog say about something like that. That just seems it's like really bizarre to me. Threesomes and a strap on. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that Tiny fucking Ti up the ass. I'm trying to picture it. I see them on bed in the bed, and I see Ti bending over, and I just don't see it. Like that's foreign to me. That's not human. That's an alien. That's not of this world. I just don't believe it. I can't see that. I can't see that. I don't know. But then again, Gabrielle Union eats Dwayne Wade's ass, so it's very possible that Ti may like a strap on if Dwayne Wade likes getting his ass ate, and Gabrielle Union is just so happy to do it. It was a blind item. This particular blog is reliable, incredible. I'm supposed to do a video about it and have all week, but my life. I feel like at this point, Ti cheated on Tiny so much that a video isn't needed. Like I feel like he's trifling. I feel like he's a dog, and I feel like he's doing the same thing over and over again without any remorse. But I feel like this is a good transition because I did want to address Fabulous. Um, Lots of straight women watch gay, lesbian, and trans porn. I know. I actually knew that. I know for a fact that straight women watch gay porn, which makes sense because if you are attracted to a man, why wouldn't you be attracted to two men having sex? The same way, guys like girls making out and having sex with each other, I feel like it's the same thing for girls. But I feel like women are not allowed to be sexual in that manner. And I do think that it's very much taboo for women to objectify men the way men objectify women. And that's why I always say that lesbians always get passes with society, because I feel like women in general aren't really homophobic. Yes, some of them are. I know there's some homophobic people out there, but I feel like women in general don't care about gay shit the way men do. And I feel like lesbians are a thing and lesbians are more accepted because men objectify them and they use their lesbianism as means to please themselves. They make their lesbian love or their lesbian sex act about their own personal gratification, and that's fucked up. And unfortunately, in this patriarchal society, I do feel like we're not there yet where men are being objectified and it being, you know, dismissed. Like that's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? Tank said in an interview he liked his booty. A.N. For some reason, Tank looks like he likes getting his ass ate. He just has that mommy eat my ass kind of look. I don't know if it's his head shape, but I don't trust Tank. Something about Tank just makes me feel uneasy in my spirit. Kind of like Stephen Curry. There is something about Stephen and Aisha Curry that doesn't sit well with me. I can't put my finger on it, and I think it may be uh irrational distrust. But I'm not feeling Aisha and Steph Curry. It's just something about them that I just don't like. Women are made to be more open minded to sex and sexual orientation than men. And I think that in a way, women are more open about it, but I'm not going to pretend like there aren't some women who aren't open, just like there aren't men that are open. I think Tank's head shape. Tank has a really funny head. I want to say his head is giving me octagon, like the corners, and but I'm not really sure. Like, don't quote me on that. Um, if she allows him to do this in front of her, why not behind her back? Shelly, are you talking about T.I. or Emily? Ty Couture is a porn star. Now, I'm a Ray Hino. I'm gonna say this. I do like Ty Couture. Um, and I have seen his porn. Yes, I do watch him. I'm a fan of him. And can I just say that at first, I was not feeling the fact that he divorced his husband and then got with this man, in which it seemingly seemed like happened really fast. Like I just feel like one moment he was married to Corey and they were doing their thing. I know they had a rough patch where they weren't talking and they were separated, but then they came back together. And then the next thing I know, they're divorced and he's with that other man. What's his name? I can't think of. I can't. Chris. I want to say Takatore's boyfriend's name is Chris. I'm not entirely sure, but I just find it really weird that he moved that fast. I almost want to say that he cheated or that he was already seeing him when he was with his husband and they were going through their issues, because there's no way that you were married to this man along, like, I don't know, they were married for years and they were just together, but all of a sudden there's other guys in the picture with random people. Now, I saw Takatora's porn on Twitter, and it wasn't with the other guy. Yes, Adonis cheeks. I know. I know. And it's really weird because I don't know. That whole dynamic is weird. Like, I don't understand it. Not really her, but a lot of women said Tiny should leave, and that's a deal breaker. The video is just, it's not just about Tiny, but all ladies and why they feel the need to settle and stay in a relationship. Shelly, that really goes back to my point that I really do think that Tiny does not think that she deserves better. I don't think Tiny is feels attractive, basically, you know. And I feel for her because when I see people go in on her and call her a pit bull, a red nosed pit bull, and say she's a waste of light skin, quote unquote, I just feel really bad for her. And I do think that she may feel like if she does leave T.I., that she'll be stuck. And in a way, it is so sad because she just had a baby. So she is kind of stuck. In my opinion, I feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel for her. But about Fabulous and Emily, um, is anybody surprised? Everything you said, I said on that Rob, she's broken. I do think that she's broken. I do think that Tiny has issues, self-esteem issues, and I feel bad for her. I really feel bad for her. Excuse me. Gotta get some ice because my throat. I've been talking so much, my throat's starting to get dry. I'm starting to trip up on words and shit. I need to get something to drink. But about Fabulous and Emily, um, we can talk about Tiny all day long and how Ti cheats on her and mistreats her. But say what you want about Ti and Tiny, what Fabulous and Emily got going on is way worse. And Fabulous makes Emily look like a fucking saint. People dog her out so sooner or later you feel a way about yourself. I know. Tamar told us that. I feel like Tamar was I feel like Tamar was called a Muppet so much that she really believed that she looked like a Muppet. Like I really do think that Tamar looks in the mirror and sees Kermit the Frog, Bernie, a Muppet, a puppet. I don't know what Tamar. I Candy has candy coated nights coming to Bravo. I heard. I won't be watching it because I feel like Tiny I feel like the show was dry to me. It wasn't good. It never was good to me. Like it was always like Tiny being dry. Um, but good kudos to her. Yes, I am. I do like Kenya Moore. I'm not gonna lie. I do like Kenya Moore. Um, I do. But Fabulous has never really claimed it, her. Fabulous never claimed Emily. He's always cheated on her. I feel like um since they were on Love and Hip Hop, he was cheating on her and doing her wrong. But what makes Fabulous worse, of course, is the fact that he beat Emily's ass and knocked her front teeth out. I think that Emily is another person who doesn't believe that she deserves better. I know they do. They did say that. Um, it's sad because I do think that with Kenya Moore being pregnant, I feel like people seeing her journey is important, in my opinion. Like she came on the show, a messy, evil bitch, single, always. They say she was hiring fake boyfriends, never can keep a man, and she always wanted kids. Cried about having kids many seasons and feel some kind of way about not being a mother. I feel like Bravo owed it to us to let us see her happy ending. So I'm not understanding why now that she has what she always wanted, a husband and a pregnancy, why they would think that it's okay to cut her. Like I want to see the glow up. I want to see the progression, and I want to see the the maturity. I hated Kim Zolciak and Sheree. So did I. I got tired of Phaedra too. So did I. Famine, Emily, and I'm a toxic relationship. Yes. Very toxic. Very toxic. Like, I'll never forget Chrissy beating Kimbella's ass because Kimbella fucked Fabulous. Now, you know what? I don't think that Tiny is in it for the money, but I can see Emily staying for the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as I know, what does she do? Like, does she have a job? Like, does she have a claim to fame or a career before him? Like, I really do feel like she doesn't really have anything. So she maybe stand with him because of the money. But then again, and then they're not married. That's another thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Fab and Emily are not married. So if she was to leave him, yes, she may get child support, but I don't think that she would get the money that she would get if they were married. So I think she may be staying for the money, honestly. But she may love him. I'm gonna give Emily the benefit of the doubt and say that she's with him because she loves him, and not because she's for the money. Do you watch Cloth or 90 Day Fiance? I don't watch neither. I watch reviews for him though, but I don't really watch the those shows. Um, I need to watch Pose, y'all. I heard so many good things about Pose, and now I'm hearing that it's the ratings are low and that it might be canceled, which is fucked up. Honestly, go rewatch Nay's live. I will. I will watch her live. I will. I don't know. I feel bad for Fabulous, not Fabulous. I feel bad for Emily, and then the whole thing with him being caught up trying to cheat on Emily is so fucking funny to me because nigga, you just cheated. I mean, you just beat her ass not even 3 months ago. And I just feel like, damn, if you can beat somebody's ass and not even for a whole year stay faithful, that just really shows a lot about Fabulous. And then I also want to say that it's sad that a lot of black men, not black men, but a lot of his peers, a lot of Fabulous's friends, his fellow rappers, I feel like it's fucked up that they're staying silent on this because I do feel like them as peers, as his fellow rappers, I do think that they should have said something. They should have spoke out about it or said that it was wrong. Maybe they did behind the scenes, behind closed doors, but you have the game saying shit like they're trying to break up another black family, and I'm like, no, nigga, him beating her ass and knocking her teeth out and cheating is breaking up the black family. We're not breaking up the black family by telling her that she deserves better than what she's getting. Also, I do want to talk about Regine and that guy that she is dating. Um, I feel like Regine is making a mistake. I don't think that she should be so wrapped up and so into one guy at this young age. I do feel like she's doing the most, and I do think she's making a mistake with this guy. And I believe the stripper, let me fill y'all in case y'all didn't know, but a stripper came out and said that FBF Lucci, I don't know what his name is, but he's a rapper and he's dating Lil Wayne's daughter. Um, They said that he cheated on her with a stripper, and if the stripper came out and said that's her man or whatever, I believe it, and I think that she's gonna regret getting wrapped up with him so early. And I do think that she might get pregnant, honestly. And if she gets pregnant, then that's gonna be worse, in my opinion. I don't know. I keep on seeing her and this guy, and then it's just they doing very grown people. Girl, she doing real grown woman shit, and I'm just so used to her being childish and immature that I don't know how to take this child. In my opinion, dating this grown ass man. Like he's not even a early teen, early 20. Like he's a grown ass man. Who is this resume girl I keep hearing people talk about? Her name is not Resume, it's Regine, and she's Lil Wayne's daughter. She's dating this guy right now. I guess they're dating very seriously, and yeah, Love and Hip Hop Miami is coming for season 2. I'm glad because I love the show. I love Amara La Negra. I love Bobby Lights. I love Tip Drill. So I'll be happy to see them back. Honestly, it's a good show. Oh, but anyway, I feel like I've been on long enough. I'm gonna go now. I had a good time talking with y'all. I done ranted and raved and cussed about Black Hispanic relations, Latinos, immigration. Um, Before I get off, the last thing that I want to say is this: no matter how I feel about Hispanic people and how they treat Black people and their anti-blackness and racism, I'm not down with the separating children from their parents, and I'm not even understanding. I hear Fabio and Emily got married, so she can't make a statement about him in court. That's so stupid. If she did that, that's very stupid because he didn't marry you because he loved you. He married you so that his ass don't go to jail, basically. That's fucked up. I wish Emily and Tiny the best, honestly. But as I was saying, I don't agree with the separating the children and all the other shit. And I'm not even, truth be told, last sidebar, I'm not even understanding why they would do that in the first place. Like, I'm not seeing the logic of taking the children away from the parents. Like, what is that doing? What's the reason? I feel like I need to do some research because I'm just not understanding the logic behind separating the kids from the parents. Um, and then another thing is that they've separated so many kids from parents or whatever. I really hope that the parents are able to find their kids and get their kids back. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what's the logic behind taking the kids to another part? Like, I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Um, but I thank you, Rahino. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your opinion. And you talking and saying questions. It really means a lot to me. I feel like I did the most on this video. I might have to delete it. Shelly, give me advice on this because I said a lot of stuff that I feel like may be considered. I don't know if it's racist or prejudice, but it may get me a strike, and I just want to make sure that I'm going that I'm making the right decision as far as this video and keeping it up. I'm gonna get with before the weekend is over. No deleting. Okay, I won't delete it, but I really do hope that this video doesn't get me a penalty because somebody came in here and liked the video, but when they had to hear my opinion, they unliked it. So I was just like, somebody feels some kind of way about what I was saying. Edit it and re-upload it. I don't know. I'm not that good of a editor, basically. Yeah, I do think that what I said was about that too, but I also feel like the Mexican black stuff, I feel like that was kind of controversial too. And as far as you, Shelly, like I'm not that good of a editor where I can just edit out bits and pieces of shit and then make it all work and combine it. Like I work best with small clips, short clips, and not really that many cutting and doing and splicing and shit. So we'll see. We'll see. I might put it on unlisted until I watch it again and just determine if this is something that I want to keep public. You know what I'm saying? I might just give you the link for it so you can watch the beginning because I did have a lot to say about the immigration stuff. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna go. I really appreciate all of y'all. I'm glad y'all had a good time and a good conversation. That's what I really aim to do. You know, I may not come on every day or every week, but when I do come, just know that, you know, you're getting passion from me, and I am very passionate about what I talk about and what I discuss, and it means something to me. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that to everybody. I love all of y'all for being here with me and, you know, rocking out with me for like almost 2 hours. Um, actually, it's been over 2 hours. So over 2 hours, y'all been rocking with me. Um, Rayhino, you've been here since almost the beginning. Um, that's probably why Tiny. Oh, I don't know if Let's Talk Classic Hip Hop is still here, but yes, that's exactly why Tiny um changed her eye color. But what I find funny about um it's your opinion, so I don't know why there'll be a problem. Cause you just can't say certain stuff on YouTube anymore. I feel like if somebody flags this and they say it's hate speech, then my channel could be gone just off my opinion. Cause I'm not gonna pretend like some opinions aren't damaging and some opinions aren't hurtful because they are. Some opinions are disgusting and trifling and very much hurtful and very much hate speech. I don't feel like I went in on Latinos. I don't feel like I went in on XXX Tentacion or even anybody. I feel like I have strong opinions and I stand firm where I am and what I believe. But I don't feel like it's hate speech, but people have flagged for less, basically. People have flagged for a lot less. So I wouldn't be I wouldn't be surprised if somebody flagged this damn video, basically. Um, but yes, last thing, and this is really the last thing I'm gonna say. Responding to Let's Talk Classic Hip Hop, we know that Tiny may have low self esteem, but the thing that threw me off is that the daughter got the surgery too, and she's a very pretty young lady, and I feel like people have always told her she was beautiful, even on social media. Like I don't hear any people start talking about Tiny's older daughter. So for her to get the eye surgery too, I just found that very interesting that she would go everybody.